Hey there guys, this is Obsidian Chill. Got another video for today. There is a recent change announced on the test server, part of a hotfix on the 29th, that's going to have some huge impacts for the game going forward, so I thought I should bring that to your attention and have a discussion about it. So the changes revolve around the elite rallies. So in the early end game, I'm almost positive, you can correct me in the comment section, but I believe it was unlimited rallies before. It's been a while since I've run it, running that early end game content. But now you have 4 rallies. And then revive 30% health. So the reviving at 30% health or any of the health increments, I'm not too worried about, because if you die and you try to revive yourself in like a damage pool or any kind of like during a boss attack or like before they do like some kind of pulse attack, like say like Phoenix Cannon, I mean, you're gonna die anyway. It doesn't really matter which health you revive at. But I mean, when you revive, you've got time to hit a soda. The healer has a chance to get a priority heal off. So, I mean, I'm not too worried about what health you revive at. That's going to be minor. But the changes that most of us will notice, so that the kind of end game content for the last few episodes each time, so the last 3 episodes, now elite regular, well, 2 rallies and 20% health. So what that means is that we have an extra death. So you die, then you have 1 rally, then you die again, have another rally. So before, it was just once. In elite rank content, you died once, then you had the little the red icon in the top right hand corner, which means the next death you were out. Now you've got another rally for all the elite content that we're used to running, which is the past 3 episodes. And Elite Plus, which is the new name for critical, will have the typical 1 rally at 10% health is what we're used to from Elite. So Elite Plus content really doesn't change. It's just the exact same what you're used to. But what the bigger change is that what everyone will notice is that extra rally in Elite content. So there has been some posts about this being a nerf to Elite content. Personally, I don't see it as a nerf, just because nothing is really changing with the content. Yes, you have more grace period in terms of, or more leniency because you have an extra rally. But at the same time, if you were good enough to beat elite content and kind of breeze through without deaths, I mean, nothing really changes. It helps some players that aren't aware of mechanics. It helps some players where if there's kind of like RNG one-shots in the raid, it kind of corrects for that. But overall, yes, technically, it is adjustment to the difficulty because you have an extra death to worry about. So when everyone has an extra death, you don't have to. You still have to play as carefully. But say you're doing like say Trigon in QE if this was current, and then on Trigon you get that tracking ball on the first boss and hits you and you're dead, or you get hit by like a tentacle, like 2 or 3 tentacles at the same time, and you had a random death. I mean, at the same time, that's not really impacting the difficulty. That's a lot of RNG, and that's the reason why your death, or maybe like a healer died from something, or the healer's controller ran out of like charge or something like that. I mean, there's plenty of reasons why you can have an RNG death, and now basically that's corrected. So, I mean, it doesn't really change anything, because then, yeah, if there's a group wipe, redo it, it's fine, because an RNG death is not going to happen each time. So that's why I'm not too concerned about that. It does allow, like I said, a little bit of leniency for newer players running Elite, because now they have an extra death to play around with. But, I mean, it's not like the actual difficulty of the raid changes, because all it is, it's not like any boss fights are impossible. It just means that if a player wasn't paying attention, had like an early death or something like that, then that doesn't impact them later down. So if anything, it makes the raids a bit quicker, because you don't have to, just force a group wipe because somebody died early and then they used up their second death when it was something important. So that's the only impact I really see. It's interesting tech going forward in terms of being able to adjust rallies and just the health revive. So that's something that could play in the future, where they have like a sudden death content where like you don't get a revive, or say each time you revive with like lower health. Like say you revive at like 50% health, then 40, then 30, then 20, something like that. So it's an interesting tech from that point of view going forward. They have the ability to adjust the rally health and the number of rallies and all sorts of content. So that's the positive that I take away from this. But honestly, I don't see this being a nerf to Elite content. Elite Plus doesn't change. If anything, it's still 1 rally and 10% health. That's what we're used to in Elite. So you're not going to see any difference in Elite Plus content or critical. But in terms of regular elite raids, I think it just kind of manages those like random one shots. Like say you're running like Clock Tower, and like some player ran beside each other to get a res, and you or the bots at the end pulsed and wiped a group or something like that, or wiped a few players out, you could get the extra revive. So I mean, it helps that run where you're kind of towards like the bosses at like 20-30% health, and then everyone's already used up their deaths or something like that. So really, they could beat the raid regardless. They just have to do it again and spend another 15-20 minutes or something like that on it. So really, I think it shortens the duration of elite raids, because now if there's any of those RNG wipes, they can be avoided because you have that extra rally. So I mean, that's realistically the only change I see, but it's something that if you feel that's nerfed, we can certainly address that in the comment section. There's a few threads on the forums about it, but really it is an interesting tech that I see going forward. But honestly, in terms of difficulty wise, I really don't see that being a change. I think it just, if anything, it's going to, like I said, help with lessen the number of wipes that were inevitable anyway, because I mean, this elite content you're still going to complete anyway. It just kind of cuts on the duration and the length of the raid. So instead of spending an hour and a half in there, you could spend an hour. So let's take it to the comment section. And actually, I know this is kind of spoiler as well. The Elite Plus versions of the Sourcefall raid is available for testing, as well as the alert. So I will try to bring you that if I can find that footage of the content. It's going to release on May the 5th. So that's something that I want to bring you guys as well. So we'll see if I can get that footage for you before it releases. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.